New Lands by Charles Hoyfort, Part 2, Chapter 14b. I prefer questionable determinations, myself, or at any rate examinations that end up with questions or considerable latitude. It may be that as to the volcanoes of the moon we can find material for at least a seemingly intelligent question, if no statements are possible as to the size and the distance of the moon. The larger volcanoes of this earth are about 3 miles in diameter, though the craters of Haleakala, Hawaii, and Asosan, Japan, are 7 miles across. But the larger volcanoes of the relatively little moon are said to be 60 miles across, though several are said to be twice that size. And I start off with just about the impression of disproportionality that I should have, if someone should tell me of a pygmy with ears 5 feet long. Is there any somewhat good reason for thinking that the volcanic craters of the little moon are larger than, or particularly different in any way from, the craters of this earth? If not, we have a direct unit of measurement, according to which the moon is not 2,160, but about 100 miles in diameter. How far away does one suppose to be an object with something like that diameter, and of the seeming size of the moon? The astronomers explain. They argue that gravitation must be less powerful upon the moon than upon this earth, and that therefore larger volcanic formations could have been cast upon the moon. We explain. We argue that volcanic force must be less powerful upon the moon than upon this earth, and that therefore larger volcanic formations could not have been cast upon the moon. The disproportionality that has impressed me has offended more conventional aesthetics than mine. Professor C, for instance, has tried to explain that the lunar formations are not craters but are effects of bombardment by vast meteors, which spared this earth, for some reason not made clear. Viscid moon, meteor pops in up splash walls and a central cone. If Professor C will jump in swimming someday, and then go back some weeks later to see how big a splash he made, he will have other ideas upon such supposed persistences. The moon would have to have been virtually liquid to fit his theory, because there are no partly embedded, vast, round meteors protruding anywhere. There have been lights like signals upon the moon. There are two conventional explanations: reflected sunlight and volcanic action. Of course, ultra-conventionalists do not admit that in our own times there has been even volcanic action upon the moon. Our instances will be of light upon the dark part of the moon, and there are good reasons for thinking that our data do not relate to volcanic action. In volcanic eruptions upon this earth, the glow is so accompanied by great volumes of smoke that a clear, definite point of light would seem not to be the appearance from a distance.